Oh my goodness, man.
Alright, so technical difficulties, you know, we had just started the lesson. So we got to start back over pretty much. And yeah, man. Alright, so shalom. You know, Satan try to hold stuff back. Anyway, I give all the praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahak, Wadashukah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who rule well of Yasha Allah. Peace and blessings to you, brothers, teaching this truth across the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered to due to the breaching of covenant, aka the breaking of the contract made with the Most High by our forefathers with who people call God, the creator of heaven and earth, the Most High. All right, and to the rest of you believers out there, you women and friends and women and children and friends of the prophets of the Israelite nation, which consists of the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, and so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. To you I say peace and blessings as well. You know, proving that faith by your works. Okay, anyway. Oh, and to any newcomers out there, yes, we proclaim ourselves to be the biblical Israelites. All right. Now, it's people walking around without that's not on point. They're not able to yield anything forth. They're it's like that saying that you're stuck in a rock in a hard place. That you know it's kind of like all bad for them. Really, it's they're not getting the most out of themselves. Stuff like that. Anyway, so this lesson is titled, as you can see, without the knowledge, this knowledge, you're dry. Brother, you go ahead. Jeremiah 17:5.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
So cursed be the man that trusts in man. So you will be going off already because you basically, you're set on man. Can you get that word for trusted in the Hebrew? Or I'll jump there with you as well. Do it like that. You know, so you're going off. So this is what most people do out here, right? Most people are out here trusting in man. Now, if you're trusting in man, your eye is completely focused in on it's set on that, man. And that's gonna cause you to, I just want to get it real quick, ratak, to have confidence in, you know.
Strong's H982. Batach.
So batak, to have confidence in, to be bold, be secure. You see, to cause to trust, make secure, to feel safe, be careless. You see, and what you trusting in man, it allows you to become careless because you think man has your back and gonna supply you with everything you need. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, brother.
Real quick, I was gonna say it say right here in the Strong's, it say put confidence.
We're gonna keep going.
Come.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 and 5, it says, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Right. So you keep going.
Come. And maketh flesh his arm.
Yeah, you make flesh your arm, man. You completely set. So, like for example, right? With you being set on man so much, you completely forget. That's actually in reality, which is the point of why this is called without this knowledge you're dry. You wouldn't know this because you're set on man. You're gonna realize how you would be dry. If you focus on man, you're not gonna realize man he's not gonna actually give you what you need to be nurtured, right? You're setting your eye on yourself. You're setting your eye on flesh, the carnality side of stuff, right? Let's get straight to the point. So let's say you need to go get some water, right? So you go to the store, you looking for a new deal, Costco, Sam's Club, whatever, right? Walmart, whatever. Crap at the end of the day, but which is another reason why you'll actually be dry without having the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. But let's say you go there, right? You get a 12 pack of water, but that's the only thing you have your eye set on, and you're looking for the next deal, the next deal, the next deal, the next deal, because your carnal, you're stuck here. You're stuck. You're trusting, man. You have complete confidence, and man, if I just stay hydrated, I'm straight, man. Well, since you so focused on man, you don't even realize this is a whole nother way that it's a whole nother type of hydration you're not getting. You know, and that's gonna cause you to malfunction, man. You know, because you understand in the carnal sense, because you so in it so much, without having how it feels to not have that so-called H2O in your body. You see? So what you trusted in man, it actually causes you to be and so stuck on man and just putting Dasani, whatever it may be, Evian, all these other type of things, looking for a coupon for the alkaline, all this crap, man. It's gonna actually cause you to be dehydrated, and you'll see in just a second. And we'll go back to the more definitions on that, but
dehydrate,
cause a person or a person's body to lose a large amount of water. So what you trusted in, man, you actually gonna lose a large body of water. What you actually just focusing on what Esau, the so-called white man, deals he had. You know, Jake be telling you about the coupon, the deals they got going on, and they so stuck on that. Whole refrigerator full, tons of water, you know, ice cold, 90-degree day. You want some water, man? And not knowing with him so being so dead set on that, you're not realizing you're completely out here dehydrated, you know, and you understand only on one side of it. One side of the situation, that I need to hydrate my body, because that's going to keep me functioning. Right? Let me see. Let's do this. Let's get what hydrate is, right? Let's go into this a little bit. Because Esau, well, Satan, he got to recatch the footing now. That's right. It's cause to absorb water. Okay. It says in chemistry, a hydrate is a substance that contains water or its constituent elements. The chemical state of the water varies. Okay, let's get something more on Earth. Let's see. Okay, it's a drinking fluids is essential to stay alive. It's a okay, let's get this. This is on onemedical.com. 6 benefits of staying hydrated. It says, it's heavy. It says water accounts for 60%. It's usually 70, but on here it says 60. Water accounts for 60% of your body, or about 11 gallons, or 92 pounds in a 155-pound person. So most of your weight is supposed to be water, right? It says, and it is essential to every cell. So it says, let's go down. Oh man, it says, so it is not surprising that new research reported on at a recent British Psychological Society annual conference found that college students who brought water with them into an exam scored higher marks than their counterparts who didn't have water. Now, let's jump down. It say their thinking makes sense. Other research has suggested that staying hydrated keeps your memory sharp. It say your mood stable, your motivation intact. You can also think through a problem more easily. Okay, so people, let's just stop right there. So water, based off those things, is very important in one sense of the situation. That's regarding this. Now let's read that one more time, brother, and then we get that Jeremiah 2:13.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man that trusted in man, man. You're completely secure. You're completely focused. You have complete confidence. You become to where you become careless. You see, now if you're careless, it's certain things you're not tending to. You see. So thus showing you the certain things you're gonna lack, and one of those things you possibly could lack in could probably be detrimental to you actually becoming dehydrated, or stopping you from becoming hydrated, right? So that's why this knowledge is so important. You see that? Because just within this one verse, we're able to pull so much out of this. Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Yeah, go ahead.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Right? You make flesh your arm, the carnal side of things, man. You go get the 24 pack. I'm straight, you know. You throw them all in the cooler, man. And that's it. You so stuck on that. I gotta get my 3 in. You know what I'm saying? Take me in that. You know what I'm saying? And then I get up and I do it all over again. And that's just my cycle. You're careless now. You see? Go ahead.
And whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh.
And you're actually missing a bunch of different things. So at that point, when you see, he just told you. He said, cursed be the man that trust in man, and that make it man his paraphrasing, his arm, make it flesh his arm. To the point, he said, your heart departs from him. Your mind leaves him. You see that? Now, what is that going to cause you? If you just focus on the 24 pack, the new deal, man, everybody at Walmart, I got to hurry up, get up, you know what I'm saying? You see that? Because that's what happens. Now, you only on that, you ain't here no more. Because you here. You see that? Now, perfect timing. Go ahead, brother. 2:13. Jeremiah.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. For my people have committed 2 evils.
And that's you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Go ahead.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
No, the cup.
Living waters.
No, the 24 pack.
The fountain of living waters.
You see? You worry about that. And that the Lord said, what you trusting in your flesh so much, you're gonna actually, your mind's gonna leave him to the point now, you don't even realize he's the what? The fountain of living waters, man. So now, at this point, what does that have to show you? You actually dehydrated. You see? You're actually, because you even became careless, man. And that's to where now you're really not gonna walk right. You thought, it's telling us in this article, it keeps your memory sharp and all this other thing. No, the Lord does all that, man. You see? He do that. So now you malnutrient, man. You go ahead, brother.
Okay. This is malnutrition. It says insufficient or unhealthy nutrition. And we also got
so insufficient, not enough of. You see? What you reading again?
That's malnutrition.
Get malnurtured. You said you had 2 of them, didn't you?
Malnourished is the other one.
Get malnourished.
Con. So malnourished is affected by improper or poor nutrition.
Improper. You see? You affected by improper what? Go ahead.
Improper or poor nutrition.
Or poor nutrition. You see? Let's get. What's the first one you read again?
Malnutrition
Okay, read that one. Go ahead.
is malnutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Insufficient or unhealthy nutrition.
Now let's get nutrition. And we read now the American Heritage Dictionary, by the way. Let's get that word for nutrition.
Con.
And then we bring that John 4 out. What you got?
Come on. We start from 13.
Let me see.
Just like that's like kind of from the point you start.
Come on. Yeah, exactly. Matter of fact, before you bring that one out, before you bring this one out, you can get straight to the point. We can read the whole thing, really, because there's only a few scriptures. Get John 7 and 38 first.
Did you still want me to keep this one as well?
What's that?
Proverbs 29 and 26.
I mean, that's by the Spirit. That ain't like it's in here. You know what I'm saying? So if it come back up, it come back up.
Con.
Go ahead.
Nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
It's the process of nourishing or being nourished.
So you're nourished. So you see, you got to keep going in the words. Now you got to go on and nourished. You know what I'm saying?
It's more on it too.
Mm-hmm.
The process by which a living organism
Okay, here we go. This is the meaning we need. Go ahead.
assimilates and uses foods.
You see? So it uses foods, right? And food gives you what? It gives you energy. It gives you what you need. It's just beneficial in tons of aspects as far as dealing with the carnal side of things. But guess what? This word is likened unto food too. You see? So with you being so stuck on stuff like that, you don't even realize this anymore, the knowledge anymore of the Creator. To where now, if you getting this, you see that you're actually without everything. You see, because you're malnourished, man. That's it on that. Now, when you're malnourished, you're not able to, or dehydrated. You're not able to properly function. It says water helps prevent dry mouth. It said water keeps your throat and lips moist and prevents mouth from feeling dry. Dry mouth can cause bad breath or unpleasant taste and can even promote cavities. Water promotes cardiovascular health. Dehydration lowers your blood volume, so your heart must work harder to pump the reduced amount of blood and get oxygen to your cells, which makes everyday activities like walking upstairs as well as exercise more difficult. So read that Jeremiah 32 and 13 again one time. Matter of fact, just go straight to the next scripture. John 7 and 38. It's cool. Because the Lord said you forsake when you so stuck in this, man, you leave him and you actually forsake the fountain of living waters, man. And it's actually free. Matter of fact, let me get that Isaiah 55 and 1 real quick.
I still got it.
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1, it says, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Right? So if you thirsty, come to the waters. But no, you think Esau be like, come up to Costco. You know what I'm saying?
Right, God. Talking about they got sales.
Exactly. Right. Now, this is going to cut that. Go ahead.
Come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money.
Now, he that have no what?
And he that hath no money.
So why are you trusting the Esau? He asking you for money, man. You see? Let me get that Proverbs. See, there you go. That's the spirit. Proverbs 29 and 26. That, now I came back up. But see, you would rather seek to see the Lord. He's He's dealing in a whole nother way, man.
Con.
Yeah, we was gonna bring that out. Brother, yeah, that's the spirit. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Man seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment
Many seek. Go ahead, start over.
Many seek the ruler's favor,
This is Proverbs 26 to 29 to 26. Go ahead.
but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord Yahweh.
You see? So everybody after Esau, you know what I'm saying?
Con.
Going in stores and all, you know, everybody. Let me get Proverbs 19 and 6. Let me get that. You had
19:6.
you had something?
No,
Okay, go ahead.
19:6.
I'm there too.
Okay, go ahead.
Con. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 6. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts.
You see, everybody after the prince, man, who's ruling. You see? But you missing the whole point, man. But let's go back to that John 7 and 38. You can go ahead. Matter of fact, you grab that. Grab that John 4. John 4 and start at 13. Probably can drop us. Might start at 7. The brother, he put it up too. We're gonna bring the whole thing out though.
Con. This is John chapter 7 and verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Jump to 37. Yep. Go ahead.
Con. John 7 and 37. In the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahweh Shai stood and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come unto me.
See that same Isaiah 55. You see, it's the same redemption, redemption, man.
Con.
Go ahead.
Let him come unto me and drink.
You see, but no, go to Costco. You see,
Con.
go to them the back of your trunk because you got the polar pack in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
Yeah.
That's especially during COVID.
Yeah.
Too.
Summer, Jake got the grill going. So the baby hot. The baby hot. He wanna. Yeah. Yeah, man. You trusted in that flesh, man. So really, you don't. And what you don't see now, we'll see what you being so stuck on that. The Lord said it caused your mind to depart and leave Him, to where you forsake the fountain of living water. Now you're actually malnourished, man, completely. This is water you can't get from anywhere else. To where now you're actually not able to function properly. To where you're likened unto this dry ground, man. To where now you're likened unto something that can't yield forth anything beneficial. You're not even beneficial to yourself. Don't you think the land likes when people use it for its purpose? Harvesting in it, planting the seeds, you know what I'm saying?
Keeping it nourished.
Yeah, you have a purpose. If I'm a dry ground, no one's using me.
Exactly.
I just got, you're likened unto a dry ground when you walk around not having this knowledge. You're not on, and you're not on point. You see, you're not on point on the level you could be, and what you was designed to be, because you're missing this knowledge, man. You see? Go ahead, bro. You finished the 38?
Con. This is John 7 and 38.
Mm-hmm.
He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
You see? So you gotta believe on the Lord. You gotta believe. See, if you come to this truth, you see, all we hearing about is water. You see, all we hearing about is water. You're gonna be highly hydrated, man. Jump to John 4 and 7. Mm-hmm.
It's John chapter 4, verse 7.
But this you Jake's, and then the brother he brought it out too. But go ahead.
There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahweh said unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were going away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria.
So that's actual drink. You see? So the Lord asked for actual H2O. You see? Go ahead.
Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me,
Keep going.
which am a woman of Samaria?
Keep going.
For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Keep going.
Yahweh answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, giveth me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
So he's telling you this, watch, see, because he understand he understand the real aspect of everything, the reality of the matter, man. You're gonna be right back thirsty after this, man. You're not even. If you would have asked me for some water, I would have gave you this word, and it would probably have turned into, you know, you having 7 wells. You see, this is just off the strength, man. So it's
completion too.
you know. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. This is John chapter 4, verse 11. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well
So
is
she
deep.
didn't see like most of you Jakes. See, what does that show you? She was dehydrated, but she was standing in front of a well drinking water all damn day. She had no clue what the hell was going. She couldn't think straight, because it says, when you jump back up in this article on One Medical, it says when you hydrated, it says their thinking makes sense. Other research has suggested that staying hydrated keeps your memory sharp. You see, your mood stable and your motivation intact. You can also think through a problem more easily. So since she wasn't hydrated, she couldn't even get a grasp on what it is mentally, get a mental grasp on what it is he was saying to her, man, because she's dehydrated. You see, he said he couldn't drop that seed. Let me get Matthew 13. He couldn't drop that seed on her to where it was because her mind likened unto that dry ground, right? Is dry ground. It's not fertile. It's not moist. It's not soil. The seed gonna fall right on top of it, bounce. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen when it's supposed to be able to just drop straight down in good soil. You should be able to just drop real good soil. You could just drop a seed anywhere, and over time, in a couple of days, it'll probably rain to where the seed will become immersed in the already moist, fertile soil. And at that point, the sun comes out in the next few days, and over a duration, the plant actually grows, and it takes root and everything, man, to where that seed that was dropped can actually be understood, realized, you see, for what it actually was the whole time. You see, when you look at who would have ever thought a tomato seed would a seed, right? That's called a tomato seed would turn into all of that. Being a person who's never seen one before, seen a tomato plant, you wouldn't think you would get all of that out of that. But you see, once you plant that seed, and you're able to grasp it, right? Mental, you grasp that because you know we stand with the spiritual aspect of it. You plant that seed. Just say you wasn't able to see a tomato plant, but someone told you this was something called a tomato seed. This little white thing, right? Whatever color they may be. They plant it, and over time you actually see what it was the whole time. You see, because it became the soul realized it. That's likened unto your mind, someone dropping, him telling her, if you would have asked me for water, I would have gave you water to where you would never thirst again, pretty much, paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? So, Salaki, but since her mind is dried out, she's dehydrated. She doesn't have a good enough soil, aka mind, right? She's not hydrated enough. She's not hydrated at all to where she could grasp what he's saying, aka realize what he's saying. You see, that saying of what he was saying go on to be seen for what it truly was. She's like, oh, you gonna put me on game? You gonna actually, like I said, that could have turned it to you to having seven of your own water wells, lady. But see, since you walking around dehydrated, hey, that's what happened.
Correct. I got it. Where you want to start at?
What you got? Matthew 13 and yeah, start at 3.
Correct. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 3, it says, "And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside."
You see, so when you dropping word on people, you're sowing. You see, you dropping what word? This word. Go ahead.
"And the fowls came and devoured them up.
Right.
Some fell upon stony places."
What kind of places?
Stony places
Go ahead.
where they had not much earth.
You see that? So it wasn't what it needed to be in order for the seed to be realized. You see, the seed for the thought, the words, the knowledge to bring forth to you, and you being likened unto that soil, that dry, stony ground, right? To bring forth to you what that knowledge, aka seed, was actually supposed to be about or turn into. You see? Because knowledge is supposed to turn into what? Wisdom. You see? Go ahead.
And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
So sometimes you'll get lucky. I get what you're saying, but you only get it on this level, man. You see? You light. Go ahead.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no roots, they withered away.
You see? You end up forgetting what you supposedly understood a week ago. Just a week ago. You see? So you gotta make sure your ground is right. You gotta make sure you're hydrated first and foremost, man. Cause that hydration makes the soil how it needs to be. Cause it said dry, stony ground, right? Stony ground. You know, how do you get stone? Hard soil, man. Hardened soil. Dry. No moisture.
In the world, they call that hard-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stony. Yeah, that's what it's likened unto. The stony ground is talking about your mind. That's actually what that's talking about. That's exactly what it's talking about. You know, like the brother said. Because it's bad. I mean, it's bad. This is supposed to incite. It's supposed to make you realize you might be dehydrated, not to be on, or you hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? Or this ain't a rebuke. This is some edification. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm going to jump to verse 8. It says, Matthew 13 and 8. But the other,
Per se, I'll say it's not a rebuke. Go ahead.
but others fell into good ground.
You see, others fell into good ground, man. They were properly seated how they need to be, man. They were on point, man.
And brought forth fruit.
In good condition, I'll say. Yep. And brought forth fruit, man. You see, because the seed turns into what? Vegetables or fruits. You see? But since we dealing with fruit, man. So the Lord drops the word, and it's supposed to turn into fruit. It's supposed to be realized into fruit. It's supposed to, and fruit does what? Fruit is beneficial on a much higher level than just water. You see? Do you not understand water is within fruit? You see? So it's, you see, watermelon, like the brothers just said, man. Go ahead, brother.
Some in 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold.
So this, when you properly hydrated, so these are likened unto the brothers or sisters that's hydrating with this water. You know what I'm saying? To where you stay wet with the water. Once it's time for the word to be realized, it can actually be brought forth. You got the word, that's the seed. You know what I'm saying? And you stand within the word, that's likened unto you being watered. You know? That's likened unto you watered. The Lord give you revelations. You get it. You see, you realize it. Then you're going to apply that knowledge, and that turns into what? Wisdom. You see? This is it say from the brother of war, it say, for I will, this is Isaiah 44:3, for I will pour out, Salaki, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. You see? Now, who is it? Is that actually talking about dry ground? You know, it say, I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. You know, so keep going, brother.
Verse 9, it says, Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
So it's not for everybody. But we just here to tell you that if you don't got this knowledge, man, you dry. Go ahead.
It says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Right there, that goes to show that he not talking about just seeds right there too.
Exactly. It's seed, and it takes one, you gotta already done heard the word, and then two, you gotta be in it to get the, you know what I'm saying? So for what, basically like when the Lord give you, when you get it, that's like the Lord putting that light over you. You know what I'm saying? AKA that sun over you, and he start to bud. Damn, he realizing it. Oh, he getting it. Oh, he got it. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got it, you able to do things with your understanding. You able to move proper. That's why it's important to be hydrated with this word, man. Because you're able to move proper. You're able to move in a way that's going to benefit you. You see? You're going to bring forth, because your fruits is likened unto your works. Your fruit supposed to benefit you, man. They're supposed to nourish you, man. You see? Spiritual cells, if you will. You got it.
Verse 11, it says...
I think that's it, though. But you can finish that. Go ahead.
There's a little more.
Okay. Where you at?
Verse 11, I said 11 and 12, I believe.
Nah, that's cool.
Just
Well,
11.
yeah, just hit that point real quick.
Verse 11, it says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Okay, so yeah, that's just stop right there. You see? Now, really the next verse is better than this verse. You go ahead.
Verse 12, Matthew 13 and 12.
Well, as far as being on the point of what the point is. Go ahead.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given.
So you gotta have, man. See, you're not supposed to just be hydrated out here. You being hydrated says what? It allows you to think stuff through. Because you have to do stuff. You see? You have to be able to, that's your body of work, man. You hydrating yourself carnally is so you can go accomplish a body of work. You know what I'm saying? Be able to do something with yourself. You know? So but that's spiritual. That's the whole point of this, man. But if you only get that, if you only about this, and you ain't got that, you ain't gonna be out here moving right. It don't matter. You can drink water all goddamn day. You a fool. You got, okay, they say it's so you can think stuff through, right? If all you're doing is hydrating your brain carnally, when do you ever got time to get thoughts? When do you ever have time to get material? Right? To gather material, to collect material mentally to think about. So you're just gonna have a hydrated mind, right? A hydrated brain, but since you so trusting in, you know, man and making flesh your arm, to where you never get to having anything to think about. It's to no avail. That's why the flesh is likened unto vanity, man. It's empty. You know? So that's why you gotta be getting this. And then doing that on the other end to help this. That's why because he's showing you how important water is, obviously. You know? But it's a whole nother type of application of water, if you will. Yeah, this is actual living water, man. This is gonna actually bring you life. That's dead water. Cause if a dumb nigga can hydrate all day, he ain't never gonna get smart, cause he don't know nothing. He don't go learn nothing. You see?
Niggas don't like reading.
To where he can use that all that hydration his brain has for when he goes and learns something. But if the dude never go and learn nothing, him hydrating all goddamn day is dead. It's to no avail. It's dead water. So that's how he go out in the corner and get shot. That's how he go rob the bank. He don't have no thoughts to think clearly on. He just got instinct. He hungry, he needs this bag of chips. I'm just gonna go take the bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Right. He have no thoughts. There's nothing up there for him to be able to so-called think clearly on. He just has a clear, empty mind. You know what I'm saying? He finished, man.
Stuck in that buffer.
It's like and then in the reality of the matter, it's like you're not even hydrated. It's like you're not even hydrated. It's like it's like you're actually thirsty. You know? I think that's it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Yeah, of course.
It says, and he shall have more abundance, but whosoever hath not, for him shall be taken away even that he hath.
See, the Lord wants you to do something with not only just like they're telling you the point of carnally hydrating is to do something with yourself. Is to be able to do something with yourself. Well, that's the same concept with the scriptures. Yeah, it's hydration, but it's for you to do something with, aka be able to move the proper way with. That's why the Lord is telling us to hydrate with the scriptures, man. You know, but if you only stuck in, if you don't have this knowledge, you're gonna be dry. So if you never get to this, you're dry. You're finished, man. Even if you all goddamn day, you're like dry ground, man. You know, you got a couple sentences somebody said to you in your lifetime. You the random weed that popped up over here, the little piece of grass that popped up in the middle of the highway. You know what I'm saying? That's you.
It's getting ran over.
That's your work. You know, you're a bunch of gravel, man. You go ahead, brother.
Go on. It's John chapter 4, verse 11. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with,
Grab Jeremiah 41:17.
and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water?
So she couldn't get it, man. So she was dry. He dropping. Look, he ain't. Keep going.
Art thou greater than our father Jacob,
Keep going.
which gave us the well, and drank therefore of himself,
She's still stuck in the carnal aspect of things. You see? Go ahead.
and his children, and his cattle?
She had no understanding or any words, true words dropped on her. See, let me get John 1:1 real quick. I get that. Or you get it.
I got it.
Go ahead.
It's John chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning was the Word,
Mm-hmm.
and the Word was with the Most High,
You see?
and the Word was power.
Let me see that. Jump to verse. Jump to 4.
God. John chapter 1, verse 4. In him was life.
You see? Because he's likened unto water, man. Water gives you life. Didn't it say that? Let me go back real quick. It says, drinking fluids is essential to stay alive. You see? To stay alive. So water is ultimately life. You know? Keep going, brother.
God. And the life was the light of men.
Alright. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit jump to verse 10.
God.
Mm-hmm.
John chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and the world was made by him,
So that world was that word was sent to the world. Go ahead.
and the world knew him not.
Go ahead. Keep going.
He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
You see, so that the whole point of getting that is the Lord sent actual water into Jacob, because that whole time Jacob wasn't getting any word dropped on him. So all she could talk about is carnal things, you know. And if we had word being dropped on us, it was by hypocrites and you know, people with no understanding. You see, so the Lord was Yahweh Shai is that ultimate hydration. That's why He said in John 7:38, if any man thirsty, let him come into me. You see? Go ahead, brother. Jump back to that where you was at.
God.
Not that John 1, the other one.
John chapter 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
God. John chapter 4, verse 13. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
You see? Let me get Isaiah 55 and
Isaiah 55.
55 and 1.
Come.
Mm-hmm. Because this been said. Yahweh Shah said he was only coming to fulfill the prophets.
It's Isaiah 55 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
O everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Keep going.
And he that hath no money,
Mm-hmm.
come ye, buy and eat. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Keep going.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
You see? So it's the same concept with the water. Why you spending money on something that ain't even water? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't the whole point. What he's saying, he ain't saying don't go buy water. He's saying it's not benefiting you. You see? But you hung up on that. You see? You can finish that verse.
Okay. And your labor for that which satisfieth not.
You see? So that's like you labor, you make a buck to get to buy water, right? So but it doesn't satisfy you. You see that? Because you have an inner man that has to be satisfied, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Heart,
That's it?
there's more.
Go ahead.
Oh, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good.
Which is good. You see? Really, the physical water ain't good. This stuff contaminated anyway, man. You see? That's it.
A little more. It
Mm-hmm.
says, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
See your soul, man. Go ahead.
That's it.
And then, see, so damn, water can be fat, meaning abundant. You see?
Mm.
So this water abounds. You see, it hits everywhere and it just keeps going. You know? That's why he said, matter of fact, let me get that one more time. That John 7 and 38. Because that's it. Fatness is like, when they say fat, it's talking about abundance. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me,
Having extra. You see?
as the scripture hath said,
Right?
out of his belly
Uh-huh.
shall flow shall flow rivers of living water.
How much water?
Rivers
You see?
of living water.
So that's abundant. So it goes beyond the 24 pack, man.
Mm.
You see, he said rivers, not even a river. Rivers plural. You see?
And it flowed.
You know? And
It's
it,
continuous.
yeah, and it's right. It hit every spot. And it flows because it's alive. You know? Sitting water is dead, man. Go ahead, brother.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is John chapter 4, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
You see? See how I line right up? Go ahead.
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Because it's continuous. Like that spring outside the little apartment complex they put in the middle of the pond, it just continuously shoots up. Just non-stop, man. You see everlasting life, man. Because it said water keeps you alive. You know? You go ahead and bring that Jeremiah 2 and 13 out. We're going to end that.
Come on. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
Right? That's why Yahweh Shah came in the name Yahweh, man. You see? Because he represented that fountain. You see? That's why he said, come to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Yahweh came in the name of Yahweh Shah. You see? Same page, not no Trinity. You know, it's just that's why he said, he that seen me seen the Father, man. Ultimately. Because I'm about everything he completely about, man. I'm a living representation of him. You see? On earth, I'm saying. He's saying. Go ahead.
And hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
And I'm here to be the representation of what, because really, Yahweh Shah was just like us. He was an Israelite. He came to show us to be, because we're supposed to be a living representation of the Father on earth. But wasn't nobody doing it. No one got understood how to get how no one understand how to do that. Khan, what you read? I didn't catch that last part, brother. One more time.
It says, and hew them out cisterns, broken cisterns.
Broken cisterns. That's what you did instead, man.
That can hold no water.
You go get the damn cooler out the trunk and it got a hole in it. It's leaking, but it's alright. Freddie and them gonna come down and me and the boys, we're just gonna kick back, watch the game and stuff like that. That's Jake, man. They don't know nothing about this word.
All the ice melted.
You can't plant, you can't drop no seeds on them. You know what I'm saying? They might not even shoot straight up. Cause there's more on that parable too. You have more, brother? If not, go ahead and bring that Jeremiah 41 up. Close out in a second. Go ahead.
No, that's it on this.
Go ahead, brother.
I did get the definition for cisterns if it makes sense.
I mean, we didn't need it. But,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Jeremiah 41 and you said 17?
Come.
This is Jeremiah chapter 41 and verse 17. It says, "And they departed and dwelt in the habitation of," how you say that? Shunem.
Yeah, Shunem. Hold on. Slocky. Isaiah. It's Isaiah. Isaiah 41.
41 and 17? Okay. Isaiah chapter 41 and 17, it says, "When the poor and needy seek water, and there is
slow down on that. You gotta pronounce that. Go ahead.
when the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, Yahweh,
I, the Lord Yahweh. Go ahead.
will hear them.
He will hear them. Go ahead.
I, the power of Israel,
I, the God of Israel. Power. Go ahead. Of Israel.
will not forsake them.
You see? There's more. Keep going.
I will open rivers in high places."
Now let's stop right there. Let me get somebody hold Daniel 8 and 11, Amos 8 and 11, and then we get 2nd Ezra.
Amos 8 and 11.
Let the brother get that.
I got Amos.
Amos 8 and 11, and I'm gonna bring this 2nd Ezra 15 up. Yeah, second Ezra 15, and I'm gonna start at 1. Read what you just read again, brother. That 41 and 17, Isaiah. Bible, sorry.
Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 17. "When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them."
Okay, so but that's what Jake don't care about. Well, how you know this, Jake? How you know this? This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So you mixing words, you don't know what you're talking about, and blah blah blah. Okay, well, the Lord says when it's a time where you can't get water because goddamn Costco done closed down, Walmart done closed down, Walgreens done closed down, all these shopping centers and fresh markets done shut down where you can't get water. What you gonna do? You ever thought about that? Well, that's what he's saying right here. Because he understands we're the poor and needy. We're the poor and needy, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So he's acknowledging the time could come to where, and actually it's in this is a prophecy. A time is going to actually come when you're going to be without water. You know what I'm saying? So he said at that point he will hear you. Now if you without this knowledge, you're going to be dry because you don't even know who to call on. How he said, I'm gonna read that one more time. Jeremiah 17, Isaiah 41 and 17. Listen to this.
It says, Isaiah 41:17. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them.
Or what? He said he what?
I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them. I, the power,
See, he said he will do what? How will he what? He will what?
I will hear them.
How will he hear you? You will be calling out to him. But how can you call out to him? Let me get that. How can you call on somebody you don't know? How can you call on a name you don't have? You see? That's why. So if according to that, he's saying he gonna hear you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I, the God, power of Israel, will not forsake them.
You see, he not gonna forsake you. When Costco, if Costco closed and all these places closed with the water, you're not gonna be forsaken, man. You see?
Keep going.
1 second. This is 124. This is Psalms 124. And eight. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made. Let me read it again. Psalms 124 and 8. Our help is in the name of the Lord Yahweh who made heaven and earth. Now how? So that's how he's going to hear you, man. You see? But how do you get the name? You got to know about the name. How you going to call? You can't call on him and then he won't even know you calling on him. That's like you calling on somebody down the street. You're like, hey, Freddie. His name ain't Freddie. You know what I'm saying? You trying to call Freddie down because he got the water. But Freddie don't know you talking. He don't even know you talking to him. Now, obviously, this is the Most High. But come on now. That's why you're supposed to be plugged into this, knowing these things, because in that name is access to the creator of heaven and earth, man. It's access, in that name is access to your help, being a Hebrew Israelite, man, being a so-called Black, Latino, Native American Indian. Let me get Romans 10 and 4. You can start at 3, I believe. And then we're going to go back, you know. And we close out in a second.
Con.
Go ahead.
Start at 4.
Start at 3.
Con. This is Romans chapter 10, verse 3. For they bring ignorant of God.
For they what?
For they bring ignorant.
For they being ignorant.
For they being ignorant
Mm-hmm.
of God's or power's righteousness.
Yeah, the Most High's righteousness. So you're ignorant. See that? See you see that? Without having this knowledge, you're dry, man. AKA neat, ignorant. You see that? For they being ignorant, go ahead. Of who? Of the Most High, go ahead.
For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai righteousness, man. Go ahead.
And going about to establish their own righteousness. Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
See, keep going. So so that means you ain't plugged in with this knowledge. Keep going. You doing your own thing out here.
For Hamashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth.
But it says right here, when we go back, you still holding that Jeremiah, is it 17 and 5? Jeremiah, yeah. You got it? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 5. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man, man. You see that trust in man. You see you trust in yourself. Go ahead.
And maketh flesh his arm.
And make it flesh his arm. You're cursed. So you trust on, I'm just going to get, well, what's going to happen when all that closes? You know what I'm saying? You're finished. You see? And he said,
On the world.
he gonna hear, he said, but then when that happens, he gonna hear you. But he's only gonna hear those that call on him, that got access to him through the name, man. But let's go ahead. You got it.
Con. Romans chapter 10, verse 5. For Moses,
Jump to 14.
Con.
Salaki.
Romans chapter 10, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Matter of fact, start at 13.
Con. Romans chapter 10, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, shall be saved.
Because he said, go back to that Isaiah 41 and 17.
Con. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
When the poor and needy seek water, there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst. I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them.
How he gonna hear you? You see? Because you got his name. Psalm 124 and 8. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. You see? So Yahweh bless him. He gonna hear. But if you don't even know what to say. Read that again.
Con. Romans chapter 10, verse 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, shall be saved.
You gotta have it though, obviously. Go ahead.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Because you trust in man. You see that? You trusted in man. You see? You made flesh your arm. You had complete confidence in man. You was seeking the ruler's favor. You see? You was getting to the prince. You know what I'm saying? The prince of the power of the air, Satan, who works through the so-called white man, man. Go ahead.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
So how you gonna believe in him and whom you haven't even heard about? Because you were so caught up in all these other things, man. You out here dry, man. You're finished. You ain't even heard where you can go get water to have yourself, you know, your soul changed from that stony, groundy state to, you know, a fertile land ready for all type of seeds to be dropped on you and to actually bring forth what it is in which they actually are, you know, and what they're actually supposed to mean and be and become. Go ahead.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
See? Keep going.
And how shall they preach except they be sent?
You see? So that's pretty much it on that. You got it? That was it on that?
God.
All right, go ahead, brother. We'll close out with this. Isaiah 41:17.
Con. You want me to go into 18?
Yeah, that's all of that.
Con. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 17. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them.
You see? Now, we already broke that down. So you gotta have the name, you gotta have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have all these things in order to have him hear you. You know what I'm saying? But if you tending to these other things, you're just gonna be dry out here. You won't have access to the true water in which he's declared himself to be. And we're gonna close out on 2nd Ezra 15, by the way, after the brother bring these out. You got it. Go ahead.
Still holding Amos 8, 11.
Yeah, Con. That's gonna link up with this.
Con.
Go ahead.
That's on me.
Yeah, keep moving.
Con.
6.
I, the God, power of Israel, will not forsake them. So what? I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys.
Slack, start over, brother.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
I, the power, God of Israel, will not forsake them.
Where you at?
17.
He's not gonna forsake you. So when the store closes, the Lord he's not gonna close. He endure forever. You see? He control heaven and earth, man. You see? Go ahead.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. I will open.
Matter of fact, since I say that, let me get Amos 4 and 7. I got it. Matter of fact, you already in Amos. You got it.
Con.
Watch this.
This Amos chapter 4, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have withholden the rain from you.
You see? What is rain? Water. Keep going.
When there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it not to rain upon another city.
So he calls, you gotta read that right. He caused it to rain upon one city. You see? He did it. He withheld the rain throughout harvest. You see? Read that one more time, brother. And then you can just read it all through just 7.
Come on. Amos chapter 4, verse 7. And also, I have withholden the rain from you.
Right? So he's withholding the rain from the Lord controls that, man. So if Costco's closed, well, why do you think the so-called white man made, since we just talking about water, obviously, but why do you think the so-called white man made collecting rainwater illegal? You see? Go ahead.
When there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city.
One city. You see? Keep going.
And caused it not to rain upon another city.
Keep going. See how the Lord can work? So just because water shut down in one place, he can have it running in a whole other place.
It's like Egypt,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Lebanon.
Exactly.
One piece was rained upon, and the place whereupon it rained not withered.
See, finished. So obviously the Lord was dealing with that one place. You know what I'm saying? And that one place is talking about the elect, those that's in on this knowledge, man. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 41:18. I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys.
Start over from 17 all the way through.
Isaiah 41:17. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongues faileth for thirst, I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them. I, the God power of Israel, will not forsake them.
See, I, the Lord Yahweh, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. So he's pointing that all this other stuff can actually forsake you, but he won't. You know what I'm saying? All these other things will. Go ahead. So I say, cursed be the man. The Lord already told you the earth cursed, man. You see? Go ahead.
It's been given into the hand of the wicked.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Verse 18. I will open rivers in high places.
He said he will open rivers. So if Costco closed, the Lord gonna open rivers, man. You see? Go ahead.
And fountains.
And fountains. Go ahead.
In the midst of the valleys.
In the middle of valleys, man. That don't even make, that's crazy. You see? But that's what the Lord is saying, man. It's impossible for him to not always be possible. You see? Go ahead.
I will make the wilderness a pool of water.
He said, I will make the wilderness a what?
A pool of water.
A pool. Go ahead. Of what?
Of water.
He gonna make the wilderness. The wilderness is likened unto a desert, man. He said he gonna make it. He'll make that he said I will make a desert. Man, understand who you dealing with, man. He gonna tell you though. Go ahead.
In the dry land, springs.
In the dry land, springs, man. That's the best. That's the best water you can have. Go ahead.
In the dry land, springs of water.
Jump to 20.
Come on. Isaiah 41:20. That they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord Yahweh hath done this.
I've done this, man. Go ahead.
And the Holy One of Israel hath created it.
See? He in control, end all be all. That's why they say many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgments come of the Father, man, of the Lord. All right, now you go ahead and bring that Amos up.
God. It's Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold,
that's the type of power you got with dealing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. And without that, so when that day comes, you're gonna be finished, man. But go ahead.
Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power,
There's some days coming. Go ahead. What days? What type of days, Father? Go ahead.
that I will send a famine in the land,
You want to send a famine, man.
not a famine of bread,
Not a famine of bread.
nor a thirst for water,
Mm-hmm.
but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
You see that? So you ain't gonna get no more game, man. And you really gonna be dry at that point because that's the water. Now, how would you, at this point, know what to further do? If this famine had already hit, the famine of hearing the words of the Lord, you go ahead and finish, brother.
Okay.
How would you, just to finish that sentence off, how would you get out of jail pass, man? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 8, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall wander from sea to sea,
Mm-hmm.
and from the north even to the east.
Mm-hmm.
They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh.
Because we're in the word a lot, in the word, see, you done found out in the word of Yahweh, you will find out where the hell they even get some water from. You know what I'm saying? Some carnal water. You see? He all the water. You see? He the whole thing, man. That's it. That's it on that, right?
God says, and shall not find it.
You ain't gonna find it, man. So when that word comes, that's when you, without this not, and this word is what? It's the knowledge, man. It's the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and how about Shem Shah, man. All right. Now this is 2 Ezra 15:1 to close out. It say, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." You see, prophecy is going into something that's already been declared. It's already been written how it's gonna go down, and you're actually saying it before it happens, right? That's prophecy. Something that's written down by the Father, already declared by the Father, and it being said before it happened. Being told. They say, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. Say the Lord." So these words right here is prophecy, right? They say, "Say the Lord, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." You're going to be like that dry ground. Now it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues. I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine." Famine is what? If we can get that word for famine in the dictionary, and then that'll be it. So famine, man. He said he's gonna bring famine upon the world. That's the world you're living in right now. That's getting ready to come, man. But let's hear what famine is, man. Let's hear what famine is.
Con. So famine, a noun, a drastic, wide-reaching flood shortage. Salat, food shortage.
Read that one time.
Famine, a drastic, wide-reaching food shortage.
There ain't gonna be no floods. It's gonna be a food shortage, right? Food consists of your water as well, man. Go ahead.
It's a drastic lack.
You see that? Now what you gonna do? Well, if you've been watching and listening, you know. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Con, that's it.
We got famish as well.
Well, that's it.
Con.
Unless it's better. If it ain't gonna top it, don't even worry about it.
It says to starve.
See? You gonna be starved out, man. Of water. But you know what to do if you watch this and hey. You know what I'm saying? So you already gonna get you already been given word, man. Now, he said, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." So the time has come, it's already written, So that time's coming, man. It's gonna be a famine in hearing the word, and a famine in hearing this which is likened unto water, and the actual famine of water, man. And tons of other things. But that's why those who don't have this, they screwed like some dry ground, man. You know, they're not gonna be able to do anything with really anything anyone tells them that's gonna be good because they don't have this. They're not getting the seeds because this word is likening the seeds. They're not gonna get the water. They're not gonna really be able to get anything. Because my point of bringing this out is, with you not being properly, with you not having this knowledge, man, you're not gonna be moving properly out here. You know, everything is gonna, you're gonna come short on. You're gonna lack. You know, we strive for perfection, and he says a just man gonna fall 7 times, but hey, man, he said 7 times. You see. You don't want to do more than what is complete for you. So that's why this is important. You're gonna be out here just out here, man. Just roaming around out here pretty much. Without having this knowledge, you're dry. You're not gonna bring forth anything beneficial for yourself, really. You're not going to bring forth all of what you possibly could for yourself, for others. Because you're really supposed to look into another man's. You know, you're not going to be proper. You're not going to talk about the right things. You're not going to think about the right things. You're not going to eat the right things. You're just going to be completely dry. Because the water, we just went into the article, man. We might post the article in the description, possibly. You know, that's how serious this is, man. It leads you to everything. You know, brother, he had something. Matthew 24 and 29. Kind, man. You know, trying to tie that to the point. You know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So they gonna keep it going. I was gonna go back to this article real quick by the Spirit. Real quick. Let's see. So I'm gonna do it like this. Water promotes cardiovascular health. Water keeps your body cool. Okay. Yeah, man. So that's why you want to stay hydrated, man. Alright? So Lord willing, this has been edifying. We'll give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wahakadosh Rakah. Alright? Hey, man, get this knowledge while you still can, man. Because without it, you out here dry, man. You know, if you dry, you can't do anything with being dry. We're actually going to flip it and compare this into someone rusted, like a rusted bike chain. When a bike chain is rusty, it breaks. When anything's rusty, it break. That chain gonna break, man, and you're not gonna go anywhere. You see? But we went this direction with it. So shalom.